Okay, so we've got data, we've got labels on our axes. Remember, I got a label down here, right? Time. Um, we've got a lovely looking graph spreading nicely across the screen. We need to try to find a line that fits this data. Now, so far we've been able to get away with y equals mx plus b. Throw that in there, and we can try to maybe tilt that up. We can make it bigger by clicking on the number and putting in 100. Tilt it up even more. We can try to mess with our b values, but it's just not going to work with a straight line. This is definitely curved. So we need to find another line that's going to make a curve. So I'm going to get rid of this, get rid of all that, and I'm going to try to do something new here. I'm going to type y equals m. Let's not use m. Let's use a x. If x didn't work by itself, we're going to do something crazy. We're going to do x squared. So to type x squared, you have to hold down the shift key and type the number 6. You'll see above the 6 there's a little thing that looks, it's called a caret. It's a little like almost like an arrowhead pointing up. And that can kind of hint to you that that's the thing that pushes it up. Like, squared is written as a little 2 up above the x and to the right. So this is going to, you'll see my cursor jumps up a little bit there. We're going to type 2. And then we're going to add a slider. Now, let's see what this slider does. Well, it doesn't reach high enough, but you can sort of see it isn't a straight line. There's a hint of a curve there. Remember, if our slider isn't reaching far enough, click on the side where it's not reaching far enough. Click that number right there, and it lets us type a bigger number. Let's try 100. Press enter. Now we can slide a lot further. Hey, look at that. We can slide right past our data, which is always what we want to do. We want to really be able to slide so we can try to find just that right spot. I think that looks pretty good. So I want to remind you, we've got an equation that says y equals ax squared. And y is an axis of our graph, x is an axis of our graph. But a is a number, and a is the number 58. So y equals ax squared in this case is really exactly the same equation as y equals 58x squared. You see that? So this is the real equation that we just found, y equals 58x squared. So when it's time to write your lab report, in your conclusion, you always need to include the equation of the line that fits your data. And in this case, for me, this line is y equals 58x squared. Then we got to tell, what is y? What is x? And then we're going to figure out, and this is going to be the tricky part, we'll talk about this in class, what is that 58? And what is squaring it going to do? But make sure y, we look at the label. Y is distance. X, we look at the label. X is time. Those are easy to figure out. 58, we'll figure that out together. So hopefully this helps you get a graph, get an equation on your graph, and get good work on the lab. So maybe I'll make another video, or maybe we'll talk about it in class, trying to figure out how to go next step. But at this point, you'd be taking a screenshot, putting it into your lab report. All right.